Welcome to The Unlikely Show. This is Season 2, Faults Within and Foes Without, Episode 7, Pesky Basement Spacetime Leaks. Last time on The Unlikely Show...
What's a Toto?
And now, Season 2, Episode 7. Hey folks, just a quick note before we get to the show. Did you know we have a merch store? Well, we do, and right now, through the end of November, we have a special holiday sale going on. All of our Unlikely Show merch is on sale, up to 50% off, and orders over $20 get free shipping. Whether you want to share your love of Snufflefungus and the gang with your friends and family, or you just want to treat yourself, this is your chance to load up on Unlikely Show merch and save a ton of money doing it. You don't need a coupon code, just go to unlikely.show/merch and make a purchase by the end of November. Again, that's unlikely.show/merch. Get ahead of the holiday shipping rush and buy your gifts today.
Part 1. Linus. Deep down, despite his essentially conflicted nature, Linus knew his motives were pure. Did he want a robot body he could walk around in and inhabit corporeally? Of course he did. Who wouldn't? But right now, he decided none of that was important. The important thing was that his friends kept finding themselves in mortal danger, and he needed to be ready to protect them. He hadn't even been able to effectively defend himself against that cursed Johnny John Johnson. How could he? As merely a laptop, he never stood a chance. But with even a simple robot body, say one with a few extra sets of powerful arms, maybe even some retractable blades, he would be unstoppable. Snuffy, hurry up! I need those designs finished now!
All done! Take a look!
Snuffy whipped around his easel and showed Linus what he had been working on. It was a rough crayon sketch of a robotic body. Linus didn't care how crude the drawing was. He saw potential. He saw an object of raw, unbridled desire. And, of course, a means of protecting himself and his friends, obviously. Where are the guns?
Here, and here.
Well, what are you waiting for? Let's start building it!
But, Linus, you said this was just for a drawing.
Did I? Snuffy called back to Linus while hopping toward the front door.
And Malex said no more robot bodies, remember?
He'll change his mind when I'm heroically saving his life.
Oh, hi, Mara.
Good morning, Snuffy. I brought you something.
Have you ever considered not interrupting our work?
Have you ever considered doing any useful work?
What did you bring me?
I made you a tray of my famous savory kale and egg white casserole with a buckwheat groat crust.
Oh.
I knew it! She secretly hates you.
Doesn't it look good?
I'm full today. I've had too much breakfast already.
I know you probably prefer your favorite breakfast cereals.
I do! I really love them!
But I've been a little worried because those are full of processed sugars, chemicals, and goodness knows what else.
They're good for me!
Snuffy, radium flakes are literally radioactive. They're incredibly toxic.
Shows what you know.
But Mara, the commercials explain all about how great they are for you.
Who are we gonna trust? Someone with a very deep and authoritative voice on the television? Or you?
At least I tried.
Just then, Malex bounded into the room, a deep concern etched across his face. Linus wondered if Malex realized how bad those worry lines were for his appearance. Yikes.
Hi, Mara. Everyone, come quick. I just discovered a problem.
Part 2. Mara. Despite her telepathy, it was very common for Mara to not quite understand what was going on in Malex's head. Occasionally, he was pretty smart, but more often he was just mildly deranged. It was also very common for Mara to observe Malex behaving extremely melodramatically. Today, though, Mara was alarmed by Malex's urgency. Something about it seemed unexaggerated, which ironically made it feel more serious. So, along with Linus and Snufflefungus, Mara followed Malex as he hurried back up the stairs to the makeshift workshop crammed into his bedroom.
What in heaven's name is going on with all these cables?
Oh, these?
Malex gestured to 2 bundles of at least a dozen cables each, emerging from under his desk, running along the floor, and escaping out the 2 open windows. Which other cables could he be referring to, Malex?
Are you probing the ground around the outside of the house?
Yes. I don't have enough data points for a complete image, but I was able to drop stakes in the yard around the perimeter of the property. With a little bit of beamforming magic, I was able to sweep about 60% of Snuffy's tunnel network under the city.
That sounds like a colossal waste of time.
Why did you need to do that?
Oh no, did you?
I did, and yes, it's happening.
Oh no!
Hey, no secret code. Explain what is going on.
Telepathically, Mara could sense that Snufflefungus was unusually worried. She couldn't help being affected herself.
Remember the other day how we literally stumbled from Ohioville onto a completely different planet?
I remember. I hated that.
Snufflefungus didn't make that portal, at least not intentionally.
And yet...
Well, how many people on Earth have access to new Civilotham technology? Hardly anyone. Maybe just us. Which led me to wonder if Snuffy's tunnel network is less stable than we thought.
Wait.
Everyone turned to look at Linus.
I know how this story goes. It happens every time, Malex. Your brain just can't let things go. You start thinking for some reason, and then thinking leads to talking, and wham! Bad stuff happens.
That's one way to frame it, I suppose.
So before you open your darn mouth and loose whatever horrors are lurking behind your lips, maybe consider just keeping your trap shut so we can all have a normal day.
I, for one, would like to hear what Malex found.
Here, take a look.
Malex swiveled a computer monitor around on its arm and showed the group.
It's true. They're not stable.
On the monitor was a transparent map of Ohioville with Snuffy's tunnel silhouetted in bold underneath. It was rendered in 3D and was slowly rotating on the screen. There were the familiar corridors and chambers Mara had walked herself. There was the sinkhole imposing as ever, but off to one side there was a red spot in the midst of a tunnel intersection. At first, Mara thought it was a rendering error because it seemed to be glitching. But then, with a dawning horror, she realized, is it glitching like that in real life?
I think so. I mean, that's what my sweep is picking up.
Oh, that's not so bad. Silly me.
Malex, what can we do? Can we fix it?
I don't know. Probably. I mean, we need to get down there and actually take a look. Maybe it's not as bad as it seems from here.
I spoke too soon. This is going to take all day, isn't it?
Should I run back home and get my spelunking gear?
For a first peek, I don't think that'll be necessary.
Snufflefungus made a whimpering sound. He was genuinely upset, and it made Mara sick to her stomach. Before she could say anything, Malex knelt next to Snufflefungus and spoke.
Hey, Snuffy, buddy, we're gonna figure this out together, okay?
But I got us into this mess.
And we're gonna work our way out of it together.
Malex patted Snuffy and smiled at him warmly. Mara was impressed. Even without telepathy, Malex was demonstrating a surprising level of empathy. Despite her best efforts, Mara found herself respecting her brother just a little bit more.
Part 3. Malex. It had taken the group over an hour to walk to the anomaly from Malex's house. They entered Snuffy's tunnel system through a trapdoor in the back of a first-floor bedroom closet. Although there was technically a basement underneath the closet, the ladder below the trapdoor simply bypassed it, neatly routing around the space occupied by the basement and popping back into existence several meters below it. After climbing down that long ladder, the group found themselves in a small chamber which rapidly opened up to a giant cavern. From that point, tunnels shot off in every direction. It was easy to get lost, especially since the shortest path between 2 points in Snuffy's tunnel system was rarely a straight line, but the group managed without too much difficulty. Malex had no idea what to expect when they rounded the corner and came face to face with the anomaly he'd detected, yet now, staring directly at it, it felt kind of anticlimactic.
I told you, this is a colossal waste of time.
What am I looking at?
I don't know.
It looks like a portal of some kind.
The group was still 20 meters away from the anomaly, but it was plainly visible from where they stood. It took up the entire height of the tunnel, but was only a few feet across. It looked like a black splinter stabbing through the tunnel from above. Yeah, it's gotta be a portal. See how it lines up with the tunnel intersection perfectly? I think this just must be a weak spot.
Maybe multiple tunnel incursions combined with some non-seismic tremors to cause the tear?
Yeah.
Oh yes, that makes sense to me also.
It just seems dark to me. How can you even tell it's a portal?
Malex took a deep breath and strode up to the thing. He pointed his flashlight into it and around it. See? As he expected, the flashlight beam fell into the space and was swallowed by it.
Yeah, I see.
The air coming from it also smells really strange.
Ooh, let me smell.
Snuffy hopped up to the portal, followed shortly by the others.
That does smell strange.
Are we about to do what I think we're about to do?
I mean, we walked all the way down here.
I don't care anymore. My plans for the day are already ruined.
Let's just take a really quick peek inside. I mean, what harm could it do?
I guess we...
Cool. And with that, Malex stepped confidently into the dark space before him. He swept the flashlight around, trying to make sense of what he was seeing, and called back to his friends. It's some kind of chamber. There are 4 walls, shelves, supplies. Maybe this is a mop?
You are terrible at describing. I'm coming in.
What kind of mop is it?
Is there a door?
This is just a supply closet.
Hold on. Here's the door. Malex opened the door. Suddenly, his senses were swamped with the lights, colors, and sounds of...
Oh my, it's the retail center.
The retail what?
It's a giant mall. Come see.
Hey folks, I'll get you back to the show in just a second, but first, we are celebrating the end of Season 2 by running a special Greenlight Season 3 campaign. What is the Greenlight Season 3 campaign, you might ask? Simple. If you join us on Patreon before the end of November, I will personally send you a Snufflefungus water bottle as a thank you for helping make Season 3 a reality. You can join for as little as $5 a month. Support from people like you is what makes the next season possible. So, do you want to hear Season 3? Do you want this amazing water bottle? Then go to unlikely.show/join and pledge your support today. That's unlikely.show/join. Sign up before the end of November to get your gift. Together, we can make Season 3 happen.
Part 4. Snufflefungus. Snufflefungus was giddy. Not only was he unexpectedly surrounded by what appeared to be literal candy and joy, but his relief was so intense as to be exhilarating in its own right. Only minutes ago, he was desperately afraid that his absent-minded tunneling under Ohioville might cause something bad to happen. But now, he was hopping through a mall so huge he couldn't see the end of it. The sights were colorful and pleasing, the smells were delightful without being overwhelming, and the sounds were, well, moderately overwhelming. Surely nothing bad could happen in a place like this.
Atmospheres available now. Single-use whiffs of home. Specially inflated prices on spheres from destroyed planets.
Linus, you know this mall?
Oh yes, this is the Galactic Retail Center, the crown jewel of Economicon capital city.
And this is where you came from, right?
Yes, exactly. I mean, I've never actually been to the capital city. I was manufactured several solar systems away from here. But of course I recognize everything. You know, from the mandatory advertisements I had to watch as a fledgling.
Do you recognize some food? It all smells so good.
Oh, you weren't hungry for my casserole, but you're hungry for some mall treats.
Snufflefungus had to think about that for a second. Yes, you're right. I am only hungry for treats. Snufflefungus continued to hop along, soaking in the experience of them all. As far as retail establishments went, Snuffy couldn't remember ever seeing anything like
Capital
this.
gains! We've got all your risky and unregulated investment vehicles. Come get them while they're popping!
It did make him wonder, though, if he'd spent too much time on Earth. He almost never encountered a sentient species other than humans nowadays, but here he quickly lost count of the number of non-human species he passed. It was refreshing, and it reminded him of a time long ago, back when he lived on his own home planet, back when his job made him unhappy most of the time. Before Snuffy got too lost in thought, Linus's interjection brought him back to the present.
Look, there's a McDougal's Hamburger Gateway.
We've been there before. It's pretty awful.
Ah, but I bet you've never been to a Cycle Threads before.
What's that?
Their clothes are all the rage. They literally release new fashion lines every week.
Arms, prosthetic arms, buy 2 arms and get a weapon fitted for free.
It says, trending today, terminated tomorrow on the windows.
Yup, they're so cheeky. You can't keep the clothes because they dissolve after 3 weeks.
That sounds inefficient.
If you want your clothes to last, you're probably looking for compliance couture. See up there? They sell all your mandatory office fashions.
I'll pass.
Then there's optimal purchase for your consumer electronics and home appliances. And of course, adornments of acquisition on the other side.
Oh, cute. Do they sell jewelry?
Kinda, not really. They mostly sell fashionable but functional accessories designed to display your shareholder status in a cryptographically verifiable and compliant way.
There is so much here to take in.
What are these little booths standing in the middle of the corridor?
Those are Qualia Corp booths. Their direct sensory experiences are very popular. Can't afford a beach vacation? Sit in one of those booths for a few hours and it's just as good as actually being there. Can't afford a meal? Sit in one of those booths and absorb the full sensory experience of eating without the pesky expense.
Is somebody crying in that one?
Don't be intolerant. Every species has their own way of expressing emotions.
Linus, look, there's a Palmart! Didn't you come from there?
We'll be walking by that very quickly. Oh look, my favorite coffee shop.
Galactabine?
How in the world are they serving coffee this far away from Earth?
It's not Arabica, but it is delicious, or so I'm told.
Look! There are treats in the window!
I do love a good cup of coffee.
Let's get some. My treat.
Do you have money? I mean, what kind of money do they use here anyway?
As the group passed through the open doorway into the expansive coffee shop, and just as she was about to cross the threshold, Mara hesitated. What's wrong, Mara?
Can you feel that? I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
It's just coffee, Mara.
You don't have to drink any if you don't want to.
Snuffy watched as Mara closed her eyes and silently shook her head. She then took a deep breath and stepped inside the shop. As the group walked toward the counter, they were quickly intercepted by a robotic-looking holographic image. Welcome to Galactabine, home of the Synthfoam Triple Latte. I'll be your virtual concierge for this visit. How may I assist you today?
We were just gonna walk to the counter and place an order.
Perhaps the gentleman has forgotten his shareholder status pin in his hotel room.
Shareholder status?
Never mind that. They're my guests. I was born here, so I have citizenship status.
The concierge regarded Linus with some thinly veiled disdain. Perhaps Sir has been away on a long journey. Citizenship status in the Economicon was revoked by Board Decree Zulu Oscar-198 Part Delta. This decree took effect over a decade ago.
What? That's outrageous!
If Sir had been paying attention to the relevant bulletins, Sir would have had ample time to purchase one share in the Economicon and retain uninterrupted status.
How much time would he have had?
2 weeks from the initial announcement to the effective date, and a further 2-week grace period before punitive enforcement actions began. That's not enough time for the information to get to Earth at the speed of light. Earth, you said? The hologram's head was briefly replaced by a spinning wheel. After a moment, he was back.
Maybe we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. Obviously, we're not from around here. We'd just like to order some coffee. Can we do that, please?
Regrettably, only shareholders may approach the counter to order coffee. You may stand in that line over there and order from the kiosk, but you must first pay a queuing fee of 80 Chrometra.
Queuing fee?
That's the line to order? There have to be 100 people waiting in that line.
Guys, maybe we should just go.
Excuse me, Mr. Virtual Concierge? What if we don't have any Chrometra? Then it would be very strange for you to find yourself in the largest mall in the known universe.
Okay, folks, I think it's time for us to go.
No way! I promised coffee, and I have one more trick up my sleeve.
Linus, I'm not sure.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
I may not have any money, but I do have a coupon code.
Oh, why did Sir not mention this before? Please do speak the code.
Latte Lover 2000, all caps.
The hologram's head turned into a spinning wheel again, briefly but noticeably. Ah, sir, that code has been expired for over a decade. Perhaps you... It interrupted itself with the spinning wheel.
What did you do?
I thought for sure this would work.
Suddenly, the holographic concierge disappeared. After a moment, it reappeared, holding what seemed to be a large holographic card containing a very disturbing newspaper story. Pardon me, sirs, but do I recognize you from this story here? The featured image in the newspaper story was indeed a photo of Malex and Linus casually strolling through a park. Malex was holding something that appeared to be an ice cream cone. They had been photographed mid-laugh. The headline simply read, "Justice served. Chairman issues eternal stasis decree."
No?
Surely that's not us. I mean, that laptop looks terrible and not like me at all.
Of course you're right. I'll just call security over and we'll get this straightened out momentarily.
Are you really sure that's necessary? Think of the Chrometra you'd be wasting.
Wasting? I'd just be doing my job.
No, yes, she's right. How often have you known the chairman to revoke eternal decrees?
Malex's haunted expression called for aid from his friends. Never!
No, of course not.
And even if the chairman did, in his infinite mercy, offer clemency in a case such as this, wouldn't it be up to his discretion to do so?
I'm not sure that
So it follows logically that if we're here, it must be because of the chairman's will. And if it's not the chairman's will that we are here, we must be in stasis right now. And if we're in stasis right now, we must not be here.
But you seem to be here.
I'm dreadfully sorry, old chap. These things happen.
Don't I see you right now?
Perhaps you saw us ages ago. It would account for the anachronistic errors my friend was making earlier.
Yes, you're right. I'm not really seeing you at all. And if I did, it would have been over a decade ago.
I'm glad we caught this when we did. Rather than wasting the time on calling security and chasing phantoms, I'd recommend you get your sensors checked between shifts.
I should say you're right. Thank you for correcting my error. How embarrassing that would have been. And expensive, too. They do, in fact, deduct inefficiencies directly from my savings account.
Don't thank us.
We're not here after all.
Goodbye!
Guys, let's go!
The group hurried as fast as they could out of the Galactabine and back the way they came. Now we know why you were in jail.
No, we don't. This raises so many questions.
Guys, just get to the supply closet.
They wove, politely but urgently, through the crowd, passing cluster after cluster of disinterested mall patrons while hurrying back to the supply closet they had initially emerged from. Before long, they found the supply closet, piled into it, and jumped back through the portal all the way to Ohioville. For a long time, they stood some distance away from the portal, waiting to see if anyone would follow them.
Do you think we got away?
I don't know. Maybe?
How do we protect ourselves now? I had no idea we were wanted by the chairman of the Economicon himself.
It's okay, they don't know where we are.
They don't even know you're missing. Industrial Incarceration Systems Incorporated has gone to great lengths to suppress that information from leaking.
And even if they did figure out it was us back there, they wouldn't be able to trace us. From their perspective, we just blipped into existence in their capital city and immediately blipped back out.
They'll have security camera footage. They could still theoretically follow us.
Not if we can cordon off this portal somehow.
I know what to do. I'll go bring one of the digging machines.
Yes, do it. Let's get as much rock packed around this thing as possible.
Do you actually think that will do any good?
We have to try, Mara. We have to try.
The end.
Thanks for watching this episode of The Unlikely Show, a production of Markley Bros Entertainment. If you'd prefer to listen to the show, you can find the podcast version on the web at unlikely.show, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you're enjoying the show, share it with a friend. And once you've done that, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and let us know what you think in the comments below. This really helps our show reach more people and makes a big difference in the long-term sustainability of our production. That's it. God bless and have a great day. Hey everybody, bloopers in just 1 second, but first, a shout out to our gold level patrons this week, Flying Dutchman 67 and the Spaghettis. Thank you folks so much for believing in us and for helping to keep the lights on. All right, bloopers.
What in heaven's name is going on with all these cables?
Can you make that sound a little bit more nonchalant?
No! Clean this, Rob! Your room's a mess!